Hello, it's me, Helene, here with my finished Reflections Crochet Along blanket. Yay! And today's tutorial for the border that I decided to put around it. I am so happy with the entire piece, really enjoyed making it and finishing it. And the stitch patterns for both work really well for a variety of projects, so it's not just limited to a blanket. And I have for you some photos here so you can see what the blanket looks like on a bed placed both horizontally and vertically. Looks great either way, and both stitch patterns also look really good on the front and the back side. So I'm going to flip the top of the blanket over so you can see that a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Please let me know if you plan on making this blanket or are already in the process of it. We'll use this border for the blanket or for another project. I really like it, love how it frames the blanket, sets it off nicely without taking away from or being overpowering. It adds just enough little bit of weight to really anchor that edge and give it some stability along the sides and a little bit of texture and dimension too. And I have an easy border to go with this easy stitch, and it's going to be 4 rows total. Our first row is just, we're going to simply single crochet all the way around with 3 in the corner, okay? And I don't recommend beginning in the corner, but you can start at any full stitch thereafter at your full stitch ends, either one, not your side or the raw edge as I call it. And if you remember when we began, we worked in the back bumps and that gave us a full stitch. So insert your hook through both the loops, the front and the back loop. There we go. Is that a little better? A little more close up. All right. Take your new yarn with the same yarn if you're working in a solid or a different color. Pull that through. Leave enough tail to sew in your ends nice and securely. Chain 1. Pull that down. That chain 1 does not count as a stitch, and then single crochet into the same stitch and each stitch across. Okay. And then when you get to, so you're going to have 5 double crochets in a row with that chain 1 separating each. So then when you get to the chain 1, just go around that stitch and work a single crochet, but make sure it isn't loose and gaping and hanging down into the space, because we want those to look nice and clean and straight across. So that's all you do. A single crochet all the way across, single, 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 and then single crochet in the chain 1 space. Then when you get to your corner, it's either going to be a full double crochet or you'll have that beginning chain 3 or the alternate double crochet, whichever it is that you did. So we need to add an extra 2 stitches to make that corner, okay? So at the top of either the double crochet, going through both loops at the top, or the top of your chain 3, insert your hook and place 3 single crochets, and then to finish that double crochet you will place 2 more, 1 in the center and 1 at the bottom, making sure that you aren't placing it into the stitches below, because you will need 1 full stitch for each of those. When you finish your corner, you come around, you're going to work your side edges. Each section of the body of our work consists of 4 rows. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we are going to work for each 4 sections a total of 7 stitches. 2 along each of the double crochet edges and 1 along the edge, the 4th row, where we worked a single crochet on each end of the work. All right, a total of 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. You're going to do that all the way down, except at the very top and bottom edges we have our beginning and ending border. So you will work those as I told you when you're working your corners, with the 3 single crochets in the top of the stitch and then 2 below that. All right, so that's what you're going to do all the way around, all the way across. And I'm going to work one section with you. Go through 2 loops. It's going to give you a good base to anchor your stitch. Okay, there's 1, and then there's 2, and go through the 2 at the top. Don't go in, or you're going to wind up having, it's going to give a big separation and a big gap. All right, so make sure you go through the stitches. There's 2. Some are going to be easier than others. There's 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Sometimes you might have to take that stitch out and redo it. And in some spots, there's going to be a little bit more of an elongated space, and that's okay as long as the stitch isn't tugged one way or the other, because if you put 8 in there, it's going to be too many and it's going to cause your work to pucker and ripple. All right, so stick with the 7 per each 4-row section and carry that on all the way across. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, I will see you all the way back around, and I'll connect and show you what we are going to do for our next round. Phew, I am back. Got that over with. The painful part we are done with. Now we can continue on. You can change colors now if you want more color with yours, or you can carry on with your same color however you like. All right, so go ahead to your beginning single crochet, slip stitch to join. You can either chain 3 for your double crochet, or you can do the alternate double crochet. Draw up your loop to the height of a double crochet, anchor the top of the loop with your thumb, turn your hook upside down with the hook downwards, go around backwards, still hang on to that. Go back into your stitch, draw up a loop and pull it through. Yarn over, pull through that first loop and around the back of the loop on your hook, and now you can let go. Yarn over, pull through the last 2, and there's an alternate double crochet, and then double crochet into the next stitch, and in each stitch all the way around. Okay, I'm going to meet you at the corner. And for those of you who already understand what we do for the corners, when you get there, you're going to, in that center of your 3, you have the 3 single crochets in the corner. You will place 3 double crochets into that center single crochet. All right. Here I am to my 3 corner stitches. I'm going to place 1 double crochet into the first, 3 into the center, all into that center single crochet, and then one into the next, and one in each stitch, one double crochet going all the way down along the side. Okay, so that's all you do, is you just double crochet all the way across. This is going to go so much faster, easier. Then when you get to your corner, you do just like what we did here. All right. Okay, for the next round, we did our first setup, the first round of our border, so round 2 of our border. I'm going to finish my last stitch, and then now I'm going to connect with my new yarn into the top of my beginning alternate double crochet. Bring my new yarn through, and now all we are going to do is alternate triple front post double crochet, triple back post double crochet, alternate those two all the way up to our 3 corner double crochets. Okay, and then I'll show you what we do when we get there. Okay, so I'm going to chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, and I'm going to wrap the yarn around my hook twice, do a front post triple crochet around the first, wrap around twice, and a back post triple crochet around the next. And that's all we're going to do up to the corner. Okay, make sure you bring that first loop up on your hook nice and tall so they're even with the rest of your stitches. Okay, here I am up to the 3 double crochets in the center. Now I have worked this out so that just in case you added an extra stitch or you lost one, it doesn't matter, it's all going to work out. Now I ended with a front post triple crochet when I got up to the 3, but that's all right if you ended with the back post, and you're just going to do the opposite stitch of what I'm doing. So my next stitch is going to be a back post triple crochet, but if you ended with a back post, you'll be doing a front post. All right, so here's my back post triple crochet, and then now into the center of the 3. This is where we do our increase to make the corner. So regardless of which stitch you ended with here, everyone will do the same in the center. So you're going to work first 1 back post triple crochet, chain 1, and then now 1 front post triple crochet all around that same center corner stitch. All right, and then now the next stitch is going to be a front post triple crochet. That is a mouthful into the next, that 3rd stitch in the corner, and then you carry on. Back post triple in the next, front post triple around the next. Got a little hung up there, try that again. This is so much bulk in my lap that I'm working around. Okay, and then this is what you repeat all the way across, alternating front post, back post, triple crochets. There's your chain 1 space. And you can get a stitch marker if you want to mark that. It's up to you. Okay, so I'm going to work these, and then I'll meet you down at the next corner, and then I'll show you that corner one more time. Okay, here I am up to my second corner, and this time I ended with a back post triple crochet. So now in the first of the three I'm going to work a front post triple, and then in the center, that's where I do the increase by working one back post triple, chain one, and then a front post triple all around that same center stitch. Okay, and then in the next stitch we begin again with the front post triple, and that is the sequence no matter what you ended with at the beginning of the corner. All right, so there's the front post and then now the back post, and then you repeat alternating front and back again all the way down this next side, and do your next two corners, your next corner, and back down the other side. And then when you get around to the beginning, keep going. I'll meet you over there. We'll connect and work our last and final round, unless you want to make this post section wider. You can certainly do that. You can just begin again and do another 1, 2, 3, however wide that you want your border to be. Okay, here I am at the end of our front and back post triple crochet round, and if you are carrying on with the same color, then you just go ahead and slip stitch right to the top of your first alternate double crochet or your chain 3, and if you're changing colors such as I am, that's what we're going to do. So you insert your hook into the top of the 2 loops, and then grab a hold of your new color, bring that through and through the loop on your hook, cinch the 2 of them down, leave enough tail, alright, so that you can sew those in nice and securely. And I'm going to go ahead and make a square knot, left over right, right over left, or the other way around. I'm going to go ahead and cut that blue. All right, we're going to chain 1, and we are not going to work into the top of the stitches or around the stitch. Now we're just going to work in between every stitch all the way around, in between. Okay, we're just going to half double crochet. So I already did my chain 1, and you can work around these tails a little if you like to secure them 5, 6 stitches along, up to you. Okay, so you just yarn over, insert your hook in between the first and the second stitch, okay, and pull through all 3. Okay, and then in between the next, half double, next half double, and on down the line. So I'm going to meet you at the corner and show you what we do there. Here I am up to the corner. Here I have the first stitch before, the 2 that was part of our corner stitch with that chain 1 in between, and then the 1 after. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and work in between the next 2 stitches, and then we're going to work 3 half double crochets into that chain 1 space. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then again half double crochet in between the next and all the way down around. And when you get to your corner stitch, work 3 half double crochets in each of those. Okay, well, I will see you back around at the beginning We'll connect, fasten off, and then done. All right, so now I have my second to last half double crochet. I'm going to put one now in between the last and the first. Okay, so now we're going to go in between like we've been doing for the last, and then slip stitch to that first through both of those loops. Cut your yarn, leave enough nice long tail, enough to sew in, and chain one, pull that through, secure that, and then just weave in your ends as usual. Wow, well that's it. So happy. I can't even tell you how happy I am to have completed this. I'm going to sew in my ends and call it a crochet blanket day. Okay, well that's it. Take care, everyone. As always, thanks so much for being here, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.